What is going on, you guys? My name is SpideyDick64, and welcome back to yet another NASCAR 1/64 scale diecast review. And here today, folks, well, this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is officially, as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be the final 2024 race win diecast that I am going to do here today. This is the final one, as pretty much for the most part there really isn't any more 2024 race wins that are expected to come out here. And while there are some other ones out here, this was really the last one that I really wanted to get. And yeah, so we're not going to go ahead and waste any more time here. So lately we've been looking at the champions from last season in both Cup and from Xfinity and Trucks. Now it's time to look at the Cup champion, but this is not the Phoenix race win. I'll get to that here in a moment. Here today, folks, we're going to be having a look at and review on Joey Logano's number 22 Pennzoil Las Vegas race win version. So with that being said, let's get into it. Here's a quick look at the box. Nothing too special to look at. Joey Logano, yeah, all the same stuff. And here is a look at the diecast itself. Probably one of the more controversial race wins from last year. It's funny because out of all the race wins I've taken a look at, like from last year in 24, like there's really only one car that was really controversial, but then the other ones were just all standard or just all basic. Nothing crazy happened that weekend, but this is a very controversial race win for the fact of the matter was, well, it's because of a whole series of events. If any of you need a little bit of recap as to what was the controversy for this race win, Joey Logano, who was essentially heading into the playoffs, he was one of the worst drivers all year. And then wins Atlanta Super Speedway race, and then when it comes to the second round, he got eliminated from the second round of the playoffs, but was then put back into the playoffs because Alex Bowman's team and Alex Bowman, his car got disqualified, and Joey Logano got back into the playoff hunt. And then, of course, obviously from there, he then goes out to Las Vegas, wins the race, and then wins the championship. And yeah, that's, yeah, a very controversial race win. I mean, I don't know what was more controversial, this one or the Austin Dillon Richmond win. Which, by the way, I don't know if they're going to make that diecast or not. I heard rumors maybe it'll be part of the advent calendar. Because someone did tell me on my community tab that the advent calendar for this year, the 2025 advent calendar, was on the RCR shop, like website and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I was going to go ahead here and say, though, that now, I did skip out on the Phoenix race win for Logano. I was originally going to pick that one up, but however, though, the reason I didn't was really because it's just the standard shell Pennzoil scheme, just with some race win markings and all that sort of stuff. Plus, I already have one from the All-Star race, so I decided that to get the Pennzoil one because I've always wanted to get this paint scheme, the shell Pennzoil scheme for Joey Logano. I really love the way that this Pennzoil scheme came out, and you know, I've said this already many times beforehand, how there's just some certain cars that you know, I don't pick up in the standard line that I really, you know, thought were really great schemes. And of course, obviously, this was one that I really wanted, you know. Plus, it's a pretty unique Logano race win. So is the AAA car that we're gonna get here soon, I think. I don't know, but yeah. And obviously, of course, you can see here for yourself, it's a very Steve Park inspired paint scheme right here. You can see right here that the car, yeah, just all, it's a Steve Park paint scheme, essentially, back to his old Pennzoil days. And it's crazy because this car, you know, it really is almost a DEI car, but however, though, there are some differences. The main difference here is you can see there are only 2 stripes going across the car. Yeah, they couldn't get the 3rd stripe because, yeah, Teresa and all that sort of stuff. Hell, that's why Dale Jr.'s Budweiser car only had 2 stripes rather than the 3 stripes, so that explains it. So yeah. Just kind of take a look at the car itself here just to see if there's anything really worth noting. Well, okay, there's nothing really else worth mentioning, so let's just go on ahead here and let's have a look at the sponsors. So it's gonna be kind of hard, I will say that. So on the windshield banner, it would say Ford and Logano. You can barely make out the Pennzoil logo right there. It says Ford. Here's the Ford Mustang front nose, number 22, Sunoco on the other side here. I think we'll go to this side right here. We got Goodyear NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, the round of 8 sticker. You got number 22, Pennzoil Ford. You got Humber's Pizza, Auto Trader. Pretty blank space right there. I don't know if there was anything there before. I don't think so, but that's just weird how there's a big old plain spot right there. And okay, let's go down this side. On the B pillar, of course, you can see right here it says Ford, PPG, Mazak, AAA, Coca-Cola, Discount Tire. You could barely make it out on the C post. 3 Race 1 stickers. It says Joey Logano right here. You got the Get Bioethanol, Gasoline. You got Humber's Pizza, Auto Trader. Then of course you got the just the silver rims, not chrome rims, for performance. And I think, you know what, in all honesty, those silver rims they just really don't look all that great on this car. Hell, actually there's a smudge right there on the wheel. See where the L is to the eagle? Yeah, a little smudge there. That didn't come out all that good. And then on the roof, 22, I don't know what that says right there. It says Logano, and then it says Jet Fuel back there. Number 22, Crew, Pennzoil, 22, Ford, Michigan license plate. Now, one thing, though, that I am kind of interested in seeing is that you can see here that the yellow on the spoiler is different. Yeah, kind of weird how the yellow is different on both of these cars. Which, yeah, for those who are not really well aware, yeah, the playoff, like, yellow is different compared to the Shell Pennzoil. Like, compared to the Pennzoil yellow and stuff like that. But I'm actually kind of... I don't know whether or not if I'm tripping here or not, but I'm trying to... All right, let's actually get the 22 car out here. Actually, never mind. But, okay, this is weird because, yeah, that yellow is really different to this yellow. I don't know about you, that did not came out all that great. Yeah, because this yellow is supposed to be the playoff spoiler, but they just didn't cover the whole thing. Okay, well, that's not really all that great, but... All right, then going underneath of the car here. There you go. That's what it looks like, so yeah. But now it's time to get into the race 1 damage, and, well... I mean, the car, as you can see for yourself, it is just absolutely shit-caked in confetti. We'll go ahead here and we'll have a look at where the confetti basically lies. Of course, you can see it covers the whole top. You can barely see any of the logos there, or you can make out the 22 and the Pennzoil, but not the other logos. And then on the side here, you can see some confetti right there, some more on the side there, some there. Got some on the splitter on the front, some on the side here. And in terms of the actual race win damage, see the front end is pretty dirty from all the rubber buildup. Yeah, pretty dirty on the front end there. And then going down to this side, see some more damage down there. Bottom of the wheel well, you can see some more on the side here, some more down here. So a little bit on the back, a little bit there on the back. And then, of course, obviously, this side is fairly clean. So there you go. But yeah, that's really going to conclude it, guys. That's really going to kind of end it off for this video. So that was a review of Joey Logano's number 22. Pennzoil Las Vegas race win. Hope all of you enjoyed this one. Overall, pretty good looking diecast. This is certainly is a car that I initially thought that they canceled it in the Gold Series, but as it turns out, it got made. So I guess that's pretty cool for the most part. But there are some things I don't like about the car. The chrome, the silver for the wheels, I just don't think came out. I just do not really like that at all. You know, Lionel can figure out the chrome foil number, but not chrome rims. Okay. And then the spoil on the back is really bothering me. That just does not look right. Yeah, that just does not look right at all. I don't know what the hell they were doing, really thinking there. But, well, I guess if we're going to end off this series of reviews with a stinker, why, it might as well be Joey Logano. So, yeah, that makes about a whole lot of sense. So yeah. So anyways, though, guys, that's going to do it for this review. I still would really recommend picking up this car. I would, just because this is different from the other Logano race wins. We mostly just get the shell Pennzoil race wins, and that's about it. But we have been getting some unique Logano race wins. We are going to get the AAA one, which that's going to be a really cool one. Been a long time coming for that race win. But, yeah, other than the wheels and the spoiler, it's overall a good diecast. That I will say for sure. Of course, Logano's not everybody's champion, but hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But anyways, though, guys, that's gonna really wrap things up here. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed the review, and thank you all so much for watching. See you all next time.